Hi DVC fan, Amy and Paul here, and we have finally made it to the last DVC resort that we have never stayed at until this weekend or today, which is Hilton Head Island Resort at, Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort. So we're really excited.
Yeah, it's our first time here, so just kind of exploring the island a little bit, exploring the resort. It is currently under construction, so Hilton Head is getting a full refurbishment at the moment. So a lot of the rooms, they've kind of taken these winter months, which is kind of the down season here, to take a lot of those rooms out of inventory. And we were actually surprised. So we checked in already. We kind of went to the front desk. Our room's not ready. We do have a 1-bedroom, but we're kind of anticipating not getting a refurbished room because when we talked at the front desk to the lady, essentially, like
she said there were three one bedrooms that were done. I thought they would be further ahead than that, but I know it's cold here, so
Disney construction too. I mean, it's par for the course. But yeah, there's only 3 1-bedrooms available. We basically told them we're not in a rush to get a room, so if it happens, wonderful, and we'll definitely show it to you. Otherwise, we'll just kind of show you one of the older rooms in this video as we kind of just walk around the resort and explore and bring you along for our 2 days here at Hilton Head. Paul from sometime in the future here. We're having a great time at Hilton Head. This and all of our content here on DVC Fan is brought to you by the world of DVC. DVC resale market, where if you're looking to maybe buy a Hilton Head contract, or if you've got a contract you're looking to sell, the experts over there can assist. Monera Financial, that one. She can help you with financing that DVC resale contract purchase. And then over at DVC Rental Store, myself and our entire team there can assist with renting DVC points. If you're looking to come to Hilton Head and enjoy a wonderful vacation or any Disney Vacation Club property, or if you have points you're not going to use this year and you want to rent them out and make some cash, you can do that as well. So please, as always, show some love for our sponsors at the world of DVC.
I feel like I don't know where I'm going.
No, yeah, we're pretty lost at the moment. We're just kind of next to the marina area and just walking alongside. Like, this is the Hilton Head Resort over here, but I feel like we'll be able to get back into it here in a second. One thing to note, this trip was about 6 hours from Florida to get up to Hilton Head. It is the first time we went on a long trip in our electric car, and I looked on the charging map and I was like, ooh, Hilton Head has a charger. We should be fine. Always call ahead. because they're under construction, that charger's not available. Well, you win some and you lose some. So the charger is not available here at the resort, but literally right across the bridge, there's a spot where they have a charger available, and you don't have to pay for that charger. So, I mean, I guess we made out on that, but definitely call ahead if you're traveling somewhere in an electric car, and just make sure that that charger that you were relying on because your car is at 5% battery when you pull in, yeah.
It wasn't that bad. We were like 30%.
No, we were like 5.
Oh, I thought it said 30.
No,
Maybe that was
30 miles.
Oh.
30 miles, 5%.
Oh, you can go really far in 30 miles. You know, like driving around looking for a charger. The other thing I do want to say on that note,
range anxiety is real.
is that they said that there really aren't many chargers, you know, charging opportunities on the island.
Yeah.
And that Disney was like some of the first to put them in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would definitely call ahead and just be careful if you have an electric car.
So we are at Tide Me Over, I think it is.
Yeah,
which is the quick service. I think the only restaurant or quick service.
This is the only one here at the main resort. There is one that had very limited hours at the beach house.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a little bit of a walk away. But this is the only one they have. It's kind of like a little. It's like you walk up to the counter, and all the seating is outside. It's very cute, and they have a really nice menu for how small it is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's open 8 to 5. So it's you definitely want to plan your dinners when you're here. You know, other places around the island. What did she say? There's like 200 to 300 restaurants on the island. So
200 to 300 restaurants on the island. There's a lot that's very walkable or bikeable on the island. During the off season, it's a little bit easier to kind of maneuver with a car. They said though that during the summer spring, all that kind of stuff, it gets a little bit crazy. So that's why they like highly recommend kind of the biking and the walking and everything like that.
We'll be walking.
We'll be walking because my bike skills are not the greatest.
Oh, I picked that up twice. It's a little windy out here.
Something blows over. But anyhow, we tried the pimento cheese dip because we are suckers for pimento cheese dip anytime it's on a menu. And you wanted the taco shrimp salad?
Yeah, it looked good.
Yeah, so the cheese dip was $8. The shrimp salad was $15.50. And they give you we got a little Pluto placard. So we sit here and we wait for our food. I went into the gift shop here and got a local IPA, and they gave me this cool Hilton Head beer koozie to go with it, or cozy, however you say it. I don't know. I'm from West Virginia, so I say everything weird. But on the whole, the thing I've been surprised about so far is pricing has not been, at least to what I would consider the crazy, outrageous Disney prices.
Yeah, and on that note, in the gift shop here, it's a small little gift shop, but I bought the magnet, and this is actually one of the cheaper magnets that I've gotten. So it was $9.99, but with the discount, the DVC discount, it was like 8 something.
That receipt looks
I know.
That might be my beer receipt.
It is. I'm looking at the beer. It was only like $8 and something. So normally when I go to Disney World and I buy a magnet, and this is a really nice one, they're normally at least like $13 or so, $14. So I thought it was kind of well priced.
Yeah, overall been pleased with all the prices so far. So not the Disney kind of eye-popping numbers, unless you're looking at like the vineyard shirts that are in there, which I absolutely love. Which is like they've got a polo that has been at a lot of resorts recently. It's like the light blue polo that they have, and then they have a long sleeve as well. But those are still like bonkers prices.
We finished eating. Everything was really good, especially for
the price.
Yeah, especially for the price, especially for like a little walk-up quick service. Like when you compare it to something like Goods Foods to Go at Old Key West, this was way better.
And I mean, there are other options very close by, so don't take it as a negative that this is the only food option here at the resort. There are plenty of opportunities like 5-10 minutes down the road. There's a Publix, there's a Kroger's. So if you are here and you're planning to cook in your villa, you have plenty of opportunities to get those groceries that you need. And then there are tons of restaurants. We're headed to one later tonight that we actually drove by on our way into Hilton Head, and we were kind of like, oh, we could probably walk there. Like, they don't say it's walking distance, but for Amy and I guess we're willing to walk an extra 5 to 10 minutes to get somewhere versus drive. So it's definitely within walking distance, and there's plenty of other options nearby. But this was great in terms of like a quick lunch, or if you need a quick breakfast or something like that at the resort. Great option here.
Yeah, and a fun menu, not just the basic kind of stuff that you find at a lot of Disney quick services. Just a lot of just more interesting variety that went with the resort, I think, like seafood and stuff.
Okay, so Amy axed the bike idea earlier, but I'm wondering if we get one of these, if she'll let me ride in the basket or ride in that thing attached to the back of it.
Well, it has 3 wheels, so it is safer. For the record, I taught Paul to ride a bike in college. He didn't know how to ride a bike, and I taught him. And my skills at the time were sketchy at best. So, yeah, and I don't even think that either of us have been on a bike since college. So, yeah, we're not riding bikes.
We're headed to the beach house now here at Hilton Head Island, and it is not walkable. as much as Amy Krieger here.
I thought it was.
She'll try to convince you that it is. And she'll try to convince you to start walking.
I'm not sold yet. We're gonna take the tram and I'm gonna survey.
We're going to take the tram.
area.
Looking on Google Maps, though, it's about a 40-minute walk, so not up for that at the moment. So they have trams that run every like 10 to 15 minutes over to the beach house. So we're going to hop on one of those and head over and see what's over there.
They have this photo kiosk where you can get some free photos. And Paul made us take the photo. They are weird filters, so that's one.
It's going on our Christmas card next year.
Oh,
The best photo.
And then we did take one that was kind of nice. The lighting's a little strange in here, but it is cool. And it just prints it out for you, like a little postcard for free.
You also get a little thing where you can link it to your PhotoPass. So there's a thing down here where it's like if you have the PhotoPass card, you can actually put it under there, but even trying like the linking code, like it's too big to actually fit under there if you're doing it on like the My Disney Experience app. I have no idea where you would actually get a PhotoPass card here, so we did it this way. We'll be able to link it to My Disney Experience and have it that way as well in a digital format. So
I know we said we were walking, well, not walking, but going to the shuttle to go to the beach house, but that is where we're at. And it's cute. It's such a different concept here because we're used to Vero Beach that we've been to a few times that sits right on the beach. But Hilton Head, the Disney Vacation Club Resort, is in the bay. So it's on the back, intercoastal waterway area. And so you have to take a shuttle to get to the beach. They said it is walkable. It's like a mile and a half. It felt longer in the shuttle than a mile and a half. Plus, I don't know, there must be a path. We'll figure that out probably tomorrow. But there was a lot of like road and stuff, so I don't know how you would walk, but we're gonna maybe try to check that out. But basically, there is another swimming pool here. There is another quick service. The menu is very similar to what they have, with just a few variances to what they have over at the main resort. And then there is the beach where you can walk out. So it's a very nice amenity that they have this building, right, for the guests to use to come to the beach, to have a pool near the beach. So it's really, really nice. And there's also a pool table and lots of seating in here. And then that little photo thing was kind of fun.
So as expected, we did not get a refurbished room. As Amy said earlier, I think in the video, there are only 3 one-bedrooms that we've been told are currently refurbished here at Hilton Head. But just walking around this room, I'm going to give you the $5 tour real quick, but you can quickly see, just based off the color scheme and everything else going on, that it definitely kind of needs a refurbishment. So this is room 1226. It is actually, I think, connected to the main building here at Hilton Head, but this is a 1-bedroom villa. So you walk straight into the living room area. You've got a sleeper sofa and what appears to be like a sleeper chair here in the living room area. Very outdated. Looks like it's been well used over the years. Then we head around kind of into the kitchen space. You've got your TV there. You've got a nice kitchen area with some backsplash that I think might be as old as I am in some cases. But fully functional kitchen. In terms of coffee pot, we've got just a regular coffee pot and some regular Joffreys that we can utilize in the morning. And then kind of like a little kitchen nook area here where you can enjoy your breakfast or work or something like that. Amy was outside. First thoughts, Amy?
I love the view, and the balcony is huge. Even the balconies for the studios are really big. There's a whole round picnic table and rocking chairs out on the studio balconies. The ones out here are just massive. But yeah, let's just go look at that, because it's definitely one of the best parts of the resort is just having this outside space. We're overlooking kind of the marshy area.
Yeah, it's pretty beautiful out here and very peaceful. The one thing that we keep saying over and over again is just how quiet it is at this resort. Also on the balcony, like you've got tons of room out here. You got a picnic table, 2 rocking chairs over on this side. And then if we come around to like what Amy's looking at, she's kind of looking over at the studio, which is over there, which also has some rocking chairs.
And a little picnic table. It's a
And
pretty
a little
good
picnic
size.
table as well. We'll take a little peek over there. Hello. But again, this is a non-refurbished room, so they are actually, you can actually hear currently them sanding or cutting something over there. But a lot of the buildings seem to be under construction at the moment, based off of just us walking around. So.
Yeah, and honestly, I know some people were upset, including our buddy Jeff Haslam, about the refurb. I think that this resort needed some love. Just walking in at first glance, looking at like some of the tile and the carpet. Obviously, we're not, diehard come to Hilton Head all the time. This is our first time, so my opinion's much different than those of you that have loved and known the resort for so long. But I did see, some of the refurbished rooms, and I think they look really pretty. Unfortunately, we didn't get one, but that's okay. We'll have to come back.
Let's head back inside and kind of continue our quick tour of the room here, so you can see where we came from. There's the main entrance. Also off to the side here, that little nook that I kind of started with, that would be your lock-off door into the studio if you did have a lock-off 2-bedroom. We from here head into, it's got the ultimate maze of doors, which if you are someone that has stayed at like Beach Club or Boardwalk, you will be familiar with this concept. So master or main bedroom heading in that way, and then your bathroom, which is kind of a split bathroom concept. So we've got toilet and sink and kind of a little shower cubby. This reminds me of the shower we built into our, we turned a half bathroom into a full bathroom in our first house, and this kind of reminds me of just like that like closet shower concept where you just kind of find
I mean, it's not, I
3x3
wouldn't say it's
box.
small, but yeah, it's interesting. But it's nice to have, the bathtub's nice and big.
So shower there, and then we head into the bathroom with a single sink. And we've got some, we still have H2O products. That's rare these days. It is still the same brand, but most of them are now branded just specifically to Disney. Same scent and everything. Nice big closet here in the bathroom that Amy will give us a look into.
Yeah, it's big.
We've got a vacuum, extra pillows, extra blankets.
There's even a shark floor steamer.
Ooh.
We used to have one of those. Do you remember?
We still have one of those.
I don't steam the floors like you do.
We've got a nice big jacuzzi tub here that opens up into your main.
Yeah, that's similar to the one at Old Key West. That's my favorite kind of tub, like that big triangle shape. It's like a swimming pool. I wish they did these more. I know they're like an older style. Do you know, Paul, did they keep this shape in the new? We'll have to look at that.
I assume they probably did not touch that in terms of like a refurbishment. That seems like a major kind of.
I know that the tile was new. I just can't remember if the bathtub was
probably
similar.
That seems like a large project. And then we head into the main bedroom here. We've got a nice king bed, 2 bedside lamps. The one on the right is burnout. I did try to turn it on. But some cool theming up here. I do like kind of the headboard into the wall accent that's behind the bed. And then if we come around this side, we've got a nice chair. smaller television and kind of a little seating area for you to put some stuff or put your shoes on in the morning. But yeah, overall, that's
It's a good size for one bedroom. I mean, I love the balcony. I love the view. I love how quiet it is. And we're in the main building, so we're close to a lot of the stuff. So that's kind of nice too.
yep.
I wanted to take a minute and talk about the point charts because that's a very important aspect of deciding if you're going to stay at Hilton Head. And Hilton Head is one of the cheapest DVC resorts when it comes to points. As low as 6 points a night for a studio. Now, granted, that is during the non-popular times, so we're talking January and most of December for that. One bedrooms during that time are 14 points. Two bedroom villas 20. You can get a 3 bedroom grand villa in January and in most of December for 27 points a night. That is pretty crazy. And I heard that those have little fireplaces. That would be kind of fun in the winter. But even so, at that, so we're here. It is February 2nd. Honestly, it's, oh, my watch died, but it is, I want to see the temperature. It's like 60 outside, so it's not warm, but in the sun, it feels really nice. And if you really wanted to swim, you could definitely get into the hot tub. You could definitely walk on the beach. And I felt the swimming pool, and it was actually really nice and warm, so it was heated. So I don't think that these off times are terrible. And this is February. February and January are probably the coldest. In March is one of a lower point season. I imagine it's not really too bad. But so we're here, it's February 2nd, and we're here Friday and Saturday night. So we are paying for a 2 bedroom. Sorry, not a 2 bedroom, a 1 bedroom. We're paying for a 1 bedroom, and we are paying 29 points a night. That's not bad for a 1 bedroom villa. So, and then during the same time, the studios are 15 points a night. This is a weekend. During the weekdays, it's only 20 points for the 1 bedroom and 10 points for the studio. So that just baffles me. Like, you can really get a good deal here. At the most, the studios during the high season, which is a much different season than you would see in Disney World, right? In Disney World, the expensive season is like Christmas and, that. This highest season is July 11th through August 27th. So the summer, when everyone wants to be at the beach, that is the most expensive on points. Even then, on the weekdays, studios are 15 points, 27 on the weekends. So the weekends are definitely a little higher there. And then 1 bedrooms during the highest season, 31 points weekdays and 52 points on the weekends. Still really not that bad. So it just baffles me 6 points a night for a studio, in January. That's crazy. And I would honestly come, and honestly, if I could get a grand villa with a fireplace in January for as low as 27 points a night, that sounds like a fun little, getaway. And there's a lot of great restaurants and stuff here. So I definitely recommend using your points at Hilton Head.
We clean up well.
How can you tell? I'm like cleared out here.
I don't know. I guess I'm sitting weird, I guess. So
Yeah.
go like that. You'll get the tilted look. We've cleaned up. We've had a little nap. Just kind of hanging out in the room for the remainder of the afternoon. The sun is now setting and we are hungry, so we're going to go to dinner. We made a reservation at a place called Poseidon's, which had amazing reviews on Yelp and other places online. But when we got here, they give you this local activities and dining guide that Amy's reading through right now. And they tell you to make sure that you go on these different websites and check for discounts and things like that.
It's called Surg Group
The
Restaurants.
Group. Yeah.
So they give 10% off to guests of Disney's Hilton Head Resort. So you just show your room key and you can go to the surggroup.com website to find out what restaurants those are. But we looked and ours
Poseidon is one of them.
was on it. So 10% off.
10% off. Excited to have some good seafood tonight for dinner. Also on this sheet, there's just a couple other websites that just give you some ideas as to what's going on around Hilton Head. And we've also had a bunch of people reach out to us in the DVC Fan Facebook group and in other places, just telling us things to do. There's apparently some farmer's market or something tomorrow that is going on. Obviously, probably more in the summer months than there is right now. But we did also see there's like some cool like oyster bake tomorrow at a brewery that is in an old bank. I think it's called the Bank.
Yeah.
So we've looked into that. We're still gonna play tomorrow by ear a little bit just to see what we get into. But obviously we'll bring you along for the ride. But also in here an activity calendar just for stuff that's going on around the resort. And all kinds of other
Yeah, and
fun
there's
stuff.
a lot actually. So there's guided kayak tours,
Mm-hmm.
and we like kayaking, but there's just a lot of little things going on. And then also, if you have kids, I will say first, if you come in the winter, the pool is heated.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, because we're used to Florida now, it's probably a little cold. But I think
I brought my swimming suit.
he did. I
Amy
did
did not.
it.
So
But they also have like very Disney things going on. You know what I mean? There's like character painting, and I swear I saw Cinderella, the word Cinderella somewhere, and I don't even know where it went.
Mickey tie dye tomorrow.
Well, yeah. See, so there's just
So similar to
vacation
the
pillows.
resort activities that you'd see.
And s'mores and singing and
Yep.
stuff in the evening. Mickey wreaths. So there's cute little crafts and things like that. And there's movies and trivia and all sorts of stuff. So the movie, it was a Cinderella live action movie at the pool.
Okay.
So they still have lots of things like that going on. And then there's like nature type things. So there are turtle conservationists out here, just like at Vero.
Yep.
But it is depending on the season. But they do also have things like bird watching and a sea turtle's journey. So where they teach you about that stuff. There is also a beach cleanup. I don't know, it's kind of nice. I don't want to do it, but it's sweet. But shark tooth hunt, things like that. So very cool. Definitely. When you get here, take a look there's a dolphin cruise too.
Yeah, so all kinds of things to do here and probably even more around the island. I feel like I'm already kind of saying 2 days is definitely not enough if you're coming here on vacation with your family. We just kind of hopped up for 2 nights because it kind of fit with our schedule and we really wanted to do it. And the weather's actually beautiful for January right now, so February, 1st of February, end of January. But it turned out very, very well for our schedule. But I could definitely see spending an entire week here or more to kind of explore everything that there is to go on.
Especially when it's warmer and you can spend time at the beach and at the pool and, doing water activities and a lot more outdoor activities and stuff like that.
All right, I'm hungry. We're going to go eat and we'll take you with us. Right outside of where we're going to restaurant, there is a super cute little park area. There's a playground down here. I'm gonna guess there's maybe even like a dog park or something if we actually walked around a little bit further. But this is, I'm not even gonna.
Shelter Cove.
Shelter Cove.
Yeah, there's a sign somewhere. This is also like a little shopping area and restaurants and stuff. And over there is the Social Bakery, and everyone keeps telling us about it, so we're gonna have to try it.
Our survey just gave us a rundown of the menu, but I feel like it's something that Amy's been studying for the past week, and yet she's still undecided.
There's like 3 things
Okay.
that I think I would like. One is called New England casserole, and it's like shrimp and scallops and things, and I like casseroles. One is coastal combination, stuffed shrimp, scallops, cracker crusted cod, and then the other one is like a broiled seafood, which is similar except it's got devil crab, and stuffed flounder. They're all very similar, the ones that I'm looking at. I just can't decide. Maybe I'll ask our server. There's also, even if those were on the menu, there's like 5 other things I would easily order, so.
I think we're getting tomato pie for an appetizer.
Yeah, even though it's a seafood place, we love seafood, and there are some like crab dips and stuff that sound good. We get a lot of, I feel like we get crab dip a lot.
Yeah.
I've never seen tomato pie on a menu before. My mom has made it before, and I love it, so. We're gonna get it for an appetizer.
Tomato pie. I'm gonna get some oysters, and I have no idea what I'm gonna get from my main course because there's too many options. But we'll make that decision here. Our server so far has been amazing because we just keep asking him a million questions about like, hey, is this good? Hey, is that good? And he's like brutally honest, like just fully like if it's not gonna be something we're gonna enjoy, then he kind of steers us away from it and moves us in a different direction. We did get the tomato pie and the oysters as appetizers, and I ended up going with a local caught grouper that'll be blackened and served over what's called purloo, which is kind of like a tomato-y stuff with some vegetables. So super excited about that. I don't even remember what you ended up picking.
I don't know. I gave him 3 options that I was looking at, and he helped me pick one, and I went with that. I think it was called Coastal Combination.
Mm-hmm.
It was, it was like a stuffed shrimp, scallops. He said the scallops on that one were really good. And I think it was like a Ritz cracker crusted cod, and it came with roasted vegetables and rice. So it sounds really good. I like good seafood, and especially when we're at the beach. So I'm excited. How are your oysters?
Oysters are wonderful. So our server recommended the St. Helena Island, South Carolina oysters, which are about, I think he said, a half hour from here. So very fresh. They're very flavorful, not too salty, not too overpowering in terms of just those flavors of the sea. But what is an amazing accompaniment to them is they make a homemade habanero hot sauce here that is bottled by Poseidon, and he brought it to the table just because we kind of had a conversation. He knows that I like some hot stuff, but this is amazing to just put a little bit on the oyster.
And the tomato pie is amazing. I'm only leaving a piece there because Paul hasn't had very much, and we're supposed to be sharing it. But very fresh, very good.
Super good so far.
Yeah, I would get it again. I just wouldn't share it with you. Sorry.
Amy already commented on the tomato pie. I just wanted to add, so tomato pie, like the family style pie that like our families grew up making, had a very like mayonnaise based interior flavor that kind of can overpower the tomatoes and everything else going on. This was not that. This was like the tomatoes were the primary feature of this dish. It had a layer of cheese and a very flaky, flavorful crust with it as well. So the tomatoes, if you're a tomato fan, then this is definitely going to be for you. I don't know if we mentioned this earlier, but also Poseidon is literally, I mean, less than a 5-minute drive from Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort. You could probably walk here in some capacity if you really wanted to. Probably maybe a 15, 20-minute walk, I would imagine. And this whole area has a bunch of different restaurants. There's some stores that kind of line each side. Amy mentioned that bakery is down here that we definitely want to potentially try. So a lot of different options very close to the resort.
Hi. I don't even know what to say. Everything I had is very good. I ordered a side of garlic butter. I don't know. I was thinking like seafood, and I might want to like flavor it up, but I didn't need it. I shouldn't have ordered it. So I just sat it to the side there because everything has a lot of good flavor. The best part about this dish are these scallops. They are perfectly seared. They're not chewy. They're excellent. And the other thing I really like are the vegetables. They're very good. Broccoli and squash, and I don't know if this is spinach or it's very good. So this is a good choice. I'm glad I got it. And yeah.
Grouper's great, wonderful recommendation. I will say on the grouper side of things, it is not as flaky as I would expect it to be. But the flavor is good. Amy asked, is it like spicy? No, I don't necessarily describe like blackened as spicy. To some people, definitely their palate will kind of give off that hint. It's more on the salty side, so it has more of a salty flavor to it. This was also served with one of the other kind of dishes that I was anticipating, so or that I was kind of contemplating tonight. So rice with basically kind of a tomato-based sausage, tomatoes, vegetables, and stuff like that over top of the rice. And so honestly, perfect recommendation from our server because it kind of met the middle of two things that I was considering. So all in all, been a great meal so far. Amy is currently what we would call in West Virginia full tank Frank.
I am. I was like, no dessert for me.
But yeah, we got some coffee and we do have some dessert coming just to kind of finish off the meal, so it'll be nice. So we finished the meal with what our server described as a raspberry donut cake. He kind of said it was like raspberry cheesecake meets donut fluffy cake. I don't know. It's a carrot cake with some various fruit. Either that or we got the wrong thing. It's carrot cake with some various fruit. Not really a cream cheesy icing on it, so more of just like a whipped icing. But I enjoyed it and Amy enjoyed it, which was surprising.
Yeah, I like the fresh fruit with it. Like just like a blueberry and some fresh whipped cream. It was good.
But all in all, our entire dinner here at Poseidon's was good. After a 10% discount, it was around $120 pre-tip here. So I think that's really reasonable when you consider what you could spend on Disney property. Amy, you were just saying at Geyser Point, we easily spent $100 on like a couple drinks and appetizers.
Yeah, I had a turkey sandwich and a water, and he had the bison burger and like 2 beers. It was almost $100. So.
Yeah, so much more reasonable here. And again, I can't say enough about our server here. He was absolutely amazing and just giving us recommendations. Even talked to us about some other places around the island that might be good restaurants to consider. There are over 250 restaurants here on Hilton Head Island. So you're going to have to come here and stay here for quite some time if you want to explore and taste anything. Any last thoughts on the meal?
No, I would definitely come back. It was very good, and so gets a recommendation from me.
We have made it back to Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort, and that, I think, is going to do it for day one. We are old, and so...
Well, we got up at 4 a.m.
We were up at 4 a.m.
So that we could start driving by 5. And we also worked kind of today, so I drove like 5 a.m. to 8, and then I worked from that, after that, and he worked 5 a.m. So, yeah. We work in the car sometimes.
It's been a busy day. It's been a long day, but it's great being here. Finally kind of checking this resort off our list. And we've got a full day ahead of us tomorrow and not really an agenda. We're just going to try to see where the island takes us and have some fun. But we'll bring you guys along for the adventure. So we'll see you tomorrow.